Virgin Australia is turning into a political football. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. I thought we'd have a look at this article, which is in many ways a follow-up to the piece yesterday I looked at regarding $200 million of loans the Queensland government is offering Virgin Australia, because New South Wales are now also offering a deal to Virgin, but of course it involves them moving their headquarters to New South Wales. I mean, they're fighting to sign up to debt to move them all around the country. Yeah. Queensland and New South Wales governments fight over the Virgin Australia bailout amid deepening concerns over the tourism shutdown. Well, our tourism industry has been damaged for a long time. It's going to take years, if not decades, to recover. So the illness shutdown has already cost Queensland's tourism sector $6.5 billion. And the impact will be far worse if embattled airline Virgin Australia fails, Tourism Minister Kate Jones has revealed. I'd like to see the evidence of that. How long will it take for a new airline to take its place? A few years? But the Queensland and New South Wales governments are locking horns over possible bailout packages for Virgin, meaning support from both state governments appears unlikely. Ms. Jones said the impact on Queensland tourism jobs had already been severe. That's got nothing to do with Virgin. If they bail out Virgin tomorrow, it's going to have no impact on Queensland tourism jobs. It's the damage to our international brand due to the bushfires. It's an entire global pandemic that's locking down the world economy, that has Virgin at risk of going under is the result of that. It's not what's causing the problems in tourism. Saving Virgin tomorrow is going to make no difference to our tourism industry. We estimate at this stage that the industry in Queensland alone has copped a $65 billion hit, and it has affected around 70,000 jobs across Queensland, she told the ABC News. The staggering economic impact on Queensland tourism has occurred in 2.5 months after flights from Heine were halted on February 1. Well, tourism, guys, is not just a big part of the Queensland economy. It is a big part of the entire Australian economy. About $60 billion worth of our GDP. 666,000 people employed. So this is going to have widespread implications. So since then, even domestic tourism is shut down because border closures, bans on public gathering, and stay-at-home regulations. Operators in tourist hotspots like Cairns fear it will take them years to recover. And yeah, they're probably right. It will take them years to recover. So tourism, Tropical North Queensland Chief Executive Mark Olsen said last week the northern region lost more than $200 million worth of bookings in March, with the impact to the end of April estimated at $500 million in lost visitor spending. So where to from here? Ms. Jones said the biggest concern for Queensland tourism operators was the future of Virgin Australia. The number one issue confronting the recovery for tourism is having two airlines operating, she said. If Virgin goes under, it will take us twice as long to try to get back on our feet. We rely on competition in the skies. The Queensland government has offered up a conditional $200 million, which would go a fraction of the way to bailing out the debt-laden Virgin. Well, this is the thing, guys. Why are we lending money? I mean, would you lend it personally? Because this is what your politicians are doing on your behalf if you live in Queensland. They're doing it on your behalf. And people are going, oh, they'll make their money back in spades. It's running at a debt, guys. It's not running well. So either it's intentionally been run like this for political reasons or financial reasons to ensure that it doesn't have to pay any tax and it'll get cheap, free money, or it's really badly run. Either way, it needs to change. And by avoiding avoiding the lessons of harsh reality upon this business, it's not going to change. I think it is incumbent on all governments to really think hard about the history of the tourism industry when we last saw the collapse of a national carrier in our country, Ms. Jones said. New South Wales Treasurer Dominic Perotti said his government is in discussions with Virgin over possible financial support, but that it will be conditional upon the airline moving its headquarters to Sydney. Any decision that we make would need to be in the best interests of the taxpayers of our state, he said. The Queensland Government's assistance is conditional upon Virgin keeping its headquarters in Brisbane. I mean, there you go, guys. Is the headquarters that important? So, what about the cruise industry? I mean, this is going to it's going to take a huge hammering, guys. The cruise industry with this. Who's going to go on a cruise now after what's happened? There'll be a generation, I think, that'll be put off cruises. What do you reckon? With significant growth in the cruise industry in recent years, the sector has been expected to continue its upward climb. In early March, Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk donned a hard hat and fluoro vest to again inspect construction on the Brisbane International Cruise Terminal. The new terminal, she said, will triple the capacity of Brisbane's cruise industry to bring over 760,000 visitors each year. But how many people will still be keen to set sail after weeks of almost daily stories on the spread of coronavirus infections via cruise ship? It will take time before we see this industry rebuilt, Ms. Jones said. Federal Tourism Minister Simon Birmingham has gone further. Cruise travel, you would expect to be sitting right towards the end, if not the very last thing that is reactivated again, given the difficulties Australia has faced with the cruise sector. I mean, there's some horrific stories. Just of, ships being turned away with sick people on it. I don't know how Australia can do that under international law. I guess we have to. Ports in Townsville and Cairns are being upgraded to accommodate much larger cruise ships. The Gold Coast has also been seeking a slice of the action, with Mayor Tom Tate doggedly pursuing a cruise ship proposal for the Spit. I mean, they've been talking about that forever. Forever. I mean, this is where they're going to put it at the Spit, just out there, I guess. Ms. Jones suggested that project might now face the delay. This is a decision that has been made by the Mayor of the Gold Coast. He has just recently been elected. I'm sure that will be top of his mind, she said. My feeling is that a number of projects that were earmarked will obviously be delayed if demand isn't there. So there we have it, everyone. Virgin is turning into a political football where the states are competing over who can get into more debt to prop up the business. Well, you have to remember, look at the Virgin ownership, guys. Look at the Virgin ownership here. 9% of the shares are in the free floating. Etihad, Singapore, Nashan Group, HNA, and Virgin. It's really an Australian company, isn't it? Surely one of these other organisations could lend money to it, or could use it as an opportunity to buy the company and keep it going. But there you go. It's funny, we've got people in the comments saying, you need to be empathetic towards the employees, but life's tough for everyone. People need to learn to be resilient. People need to learn to prepare. And wouldn't you be worried if you're dependent working on a business that's just running at a loss? Or does the average person in these situations not even think about it and not even care about the business? What do you think, everyone? Do you think Virgin should be bailed out? Do you think the states should be competing like this? Does that just show you everyone's putting their own interests first? And cruise lines. Are you planning on going on a cruise soon? Do you think this is just more stimulus and infrastructure that's probably going to be a waste of money? We'll have to see, everyone. Thank you all for watching. As always, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and you want to support us, there are a few ways you can. You can share the content, help the channel grow. You can support us via Patreon or YouTube. You can use our affiliate links at Amazon or eBay or Independent Reserve and Kucoin. You can donate gold via Gold Pass, buy our merch at Teespring or HeiseSays, and support us via PayPal. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day, and have a great start to the week. Bye for now.